good, Horror Horde? This is your boy Horror Gamer back with another video for you. And today's video is an open discussion video where I sit down and I just talk about certain things and go from there. But today's video is basically on one thing, and what's that one thing, you ask? Well, it's not about horror. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, I know your boy Horror Gamer puts out a video that's not about horror, but earlier in the year, actually the first of the year, I put out a video explaining to you guys that hold on, I gotta put on my glasses, I can't see. Hold on. There we go, better. So earlier in the year, I put out a video about my New Year's resolutions and what I wanted to do with my upcoming year and how I wanted to go about my year. And one of the big things for me was losing weight. Let me back this up. I'm using my my new tripod. So let me get myself. Okay. So one of the big things for me was losing weight, and as you can see, I'm a big guy, and weight has played a part of my life, a big part of my life. About 98% of my life, I've been this. I started when I was a little kid. I would eat. I would just eat. I didn't go out. I mean, for a while there, I played football when I was younger, but most of the time, I ate. I played video games. I didn't do anything, and now, weight affects a lot of people, and I know people turn to eating as a coping mechanism. I've sure as hell done it. As you can see, I can't hide it. But food is an addiction. Now, is it a disease? No. This is another video for another time. But your boy Horror Gamer does not view addiction as a disease, because quite frankly, a kid is born with cancer. You're not born addicted to, heroin. You know what I'm saying? That's just not in the cards. You're born with cancer cells. You're not born with heroin cells or crack cells or any of that. So to me, when somebody tells me addiction is a disease, people get mad as hell at me, but I don't think it's a disease. It's a mental state. Addiction is a mental state that can be broken like any other mental state. Like, I was addicted to cigarettes, and I stopped that. It was hard as hell, but I did it. Food is an addiction, and I'm trying to stop it. Addiction is something that can be changed. Sometimes when you get a disease like cancer, you can't change that. Hold on, I got a bitch. But when people say that addiction is a disease, I strongly disagree with that. But like I said, that's another video for another time. What I will say is, I'm addicted to food, and I've been addicted to food my whole life. I've used food as a coping mechanism. I didn't really put it out there much in 2018, but last year was the hardest year of my life. I just got off of losing my mom, and I know I tell you guys this a lot, but you guys really don't understand how influential and important my mom was in my life. My mom was my best friend. My mom was the person I turned to when the chips were down. My mom was the one I went to for advice, on stuff, helped, everything. When I was fighting with Miss Horror Gamer, you know what I'm saying? I'd go to my mom. My mom was my shoulder to cry on and my rock. And when she left, it fucking killed me. You know, it really, really hurt. You know, and it just, it left a void in my life. You know what I mean? Because she was everything to me. My mom was everything to me. She was, you know, the only woman that I cared about at all in this world, except, you know, Miss Hargame. I love her, but the love for my mom is just, it still is unrivaled to anything. But when I lost her, I lost a big part of myself, you know. And last year, I had to do a lot of first. I had to do first Mother's Day without her, first birthday without her, you know, first Thanksgiving. It was the second Christmas because she died right before Christmas in 2017. And it's her birthday as well. So it was her second birthday and it was the second Christmas. But the last year was filled with a lot of first, you know. And you know, I don't tell many people this, but the day we had our funeral was the day we were supposed to be celebrating her birthday. Yeah. It was the weekend we were supposed to be celebrating her birthday every year. We always celebrate her birthday a couple days before her birthday on the weekends. You know, because her birthday fell on a weekday a lot. So the weekend that we were supposed to go and give her presents and eat food and everything was the day that we had to say goodbye. And that really took its toll on me. And the weight thing is it's gonna make sense here in a minute. I'm just giving you guys a broad spectrum of what's going on. So when she died, the last time I saw her before they sent her to get cremated, I made her a promise. I told her I was going to lose weight. She was always afraid that I was going to die before her because, let's face it, being this big is not healthy. Being overweight is not healthy. It's dangerous. And she was always afraid that I was going to die before her. And I mean, I know she's relieved now that, you know, but I know she's watching me, and I'm telling you, I did not keep that promise last year. I drowned my sorrows in food. I didn't do anything. I mean, I went through a little spell there where I tried to lose weight, and it lasted like 2 weeks, and I was done. It was just too hard, because see, as big of a guy as I am, I have to work twice as hard. You know, 3 times as hard for some things, and I got tired of it, and I stopped. And I ate and ate. And I was a dick to my fiance, who I love so much. I was just a straight asshole, you know. And she stuck with me. She stayed with me through that whole ordeal. Yeah, there were times where, there were times where we were close. We were legit close to splitting up because, you know, I was just mean. All I wanted to do was eat. I secluded myself. The only other person I worried about was my dad, which my dad ended up leaving and moving to Texas about halfway through the year. So, you know, I went from my mom dying to my dad leaving. I have nobody. That's it. My family's gone. I have a foster brother who is like my real brother that reaches out to me every now and again, but I don't have any blood brothers. You know, I have nobody. I was a single child. I was an only child growing up, for the most part. So I'm dealing with this by myself. Hence, this is where you guys come in. I created this character for you guys, well, and did YouTube to help with the pain. You know, because I'm happy when I do this. I love wearing stupid hats and doing, I love doing reaction videos. I love talking, sitting down talking. I love doing all this stuff, and I managed to create an alter ego. And you guys, believe it or not, that's why after every video, I always make sure I tell you guys I love you, because you guys help me do all this. You know, being able to put myself out there, it's hard for anybody. You know, I used to be a pro wrestler, so I have a little bit of experience putting myself out there. So this is naturally comfortable for me. I don't mind talking to a camera like I'm talking to somebody. You know, like somebody standing right there, because I'm talking to all you. All you guys are there. So I created this alter ego. I made this channel. I put up videos, and you know, I got subscribers, and it's wonderful. I mean, I might not have 100 million trillion subscribers like some of your top creators on YouTube, but the ones that I have, I love with all my heart. That's it. You know, I love you guys. You guys helped me through the hardest time of my life. So now, back to the weight. Okay, like I said earlier, my whole life I've been heavy. But this is my heaviest I've ever been. I believe I'm around 475. I'm a fat motherfucker, you know, I'm not gonna lie, but it's my fault I'm fat. I'm not blaming it on nobody, you know. I chose to use food as a coping mechanism for hurt. And I shouldn't have. I should have just stuck to my promise, and I didn't do that. So when 2019 rolled around, I told myself, I spent 2018 mourning the loss of my mom. Now, starting 2019, I'm going to honor her from 2019 to the end of my life. So I got my mourning out of the way. Now it's time to honor her and her memory and do what I promised her I was going to do. I'm going to lose weight. So, with all that being said, I know it's only been 3 weeks in, but I've been counting my calories. I've been weighing my food. I've been drinking obscene amounts of water. And if I decide to, like today, well, recently, I decided I was going to get a meal from Burger King, like a cheat meal. But it's kind of really not a cheat meal because I'm counting my calories. So whatever calories I ate in that one meal, that's the portion of my calories I eat for the day. So what does that mean? I sacrificed a bunch of calories for that meal, and now I have so many calories to work with today. Let's say it today. All right, it was today. But I made sure that everything is on point. This weight loss is measurements. It's a game of measurements and weights. And if you stick to it and you stick true to it, it'll work out. Like, I know it's only been 3 weeks, but I'm seeing subtle changes. Like, I've seen a little bit, like my one football jersey I have. It was tight 3 weeks ago, and I put it on Saturday night, and it was a little looser. So little things like that you see. How I feel better. Like, I wake up with the energy, you know. It's little things that you see right off the bat that sooner or later turn into those big things later, and that's what I'm working towards. I'm working towards those big changes, you know, and I can't give up. That's why I'm making this video for you guys, so I can keep myself honest in all this, you know. Like, I'm doing everything I can, and it's hard. And I told you guys at the beginning of the year I will be making videos like this where I just sit down and I tell you how it's going. You know, I give you updates, I talk. And if you guys want to, in the description, the comment section, leave some comments, you know. Tell me different, you know, methods that, you know, I could use, or call me a fat motherfucker. Do what you want. Just, you know, leave a comment, you know. Tell me good job. Tell me I'm fat. Tell me I'm going to die young. I don't care. Just, you know, closed mouths don't get fed. You know, closed mouths, you know, don't get hurt either. So, yeah, speak up. And like I said, this whole weight thing, it's hard. It is hard. I'm telling you. But it's slowly starting for me to become a point of another addiction because I don't eat anything. I don't put anything in my body anymore without checking calorie content, weighing it, how much of it I can have. Like when I eat a salad, I have this app on my phone where I scan the barcode and it tells me what it is, how many calories in a serving, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there with a measuring cup and I put how many servings I'm going to eat. And it's fun. Like for me, it's getting to a point of fun because it's like, okay, here's all these calories, but look how much food there is. But when I want like wasteful calories like Burger King, that is a risk I have to take. I have to sacrifice those wasteful calories for the good calories. In other words, like I said earlier, I ate Burger King today. That was like 1,500 calories. I'm only allowed to have 2,900 calories a day, to lose weight because of my body size. Well, that gives me like 1,400 calories to work with. But that's only 2 meals. If I wouldn't have ate that, I would have still had 2,900 calories and I could have broke that up into 3 meals. It doesn't matter how you take your calories as long as you don't exceed the calories because that's where you lose the weight. Quality, not quantity. And because of me being such a bigger guy, for me to maintain my weight, I think they said it was like 4,000 or 5,000 calories to maintain. So you figure, I'm eating almost 3,000 calories less a day. Of course, I'm going to lose weight. And some of it's going to be quick, but then I'm going to get into that plateau. Once I hit that plateau, that's when the exercise comes into play. I'm doing it in stages because I don't want it to get old because that's what has happened in the past for me. I go on a diet. I start working out like a fucking madman. It worked one time, and I'm going to tell you that here in a minute. I start working out like a madman. And then I'm looking, and then I stop. Because it's too hard for one person to do that much at one time. So this time I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try the diet first. And once the diet becomes everyday routine, and I lose weight, and then I hit that plateau where I stop losing, then is when the working out in the gym comes into play. So, when I was younger, okay, I know this video seems like it's going all over the place, but when I was younger, about 8 years ago younger, I told you guys earlier, I lost 100 pounds in 6 months, okay? My mom was a big part of that, She meal prepped me. She prepped all my meals. She got on my ass to go to the gym, even when I didn't want to. She got on my ass to go to the gym, even if I didn't want to. And if I didn't, she'd give me hell. She was my biggest critic, but she was also my biggest cheerleader. She was so happy that I buckled down and I did it. And then I started getting lazy because, I was like, I achieved it. Got a tattoo it says reborn. See it? Reborn. I got this tattoo to commemorate it. And she was there with me when I got it. And she was really happy with me. She was really happy. But then once I achieved what I wanted to achieve, I got lazy. I was like, oh, well, I don't need to go to the gym today. I don't need to go to the gym today. It ain't gonna hurt if I skip a day. And then it got to, okay, I'll eat Burger King. It don't matter. I'm all right. I'm still 250 pounds, looking awesome. Whatever. Well, before I knew it, fucking ta-da, I gained it all back plus. So here I am without my mom now, trying to do it for myself. I don't have her being my biggest cheerleader. I don't have her being my biggest critic. My meal prep, well, I'm a big boy now. I can do my own meal prep. It's time for me to start doing that. But I had a huge advantage 8 years ago, and that was her. And I don't have her, and I feel like I'm at a disadvantage. Because like I said, she kept me loyal to the working out. And God, this camera. She kept me loyal to the working out, and she stuck with me. You know, there were times where I thought I was going crazy because I fell into a depression when I first started the weight loss. And this is a story I want to tell you guys when Resident Evil 2 comes out, because this is a story where Resident Evil 2 played a huge part in my life, because all I'm going to say is there was one point where I got so depressed. Because it was just a mental thing, like, you know what I mean? I was just so depressed, you know, because it was something new. It was a shock to my body, and it messed with my head a little bit. That I was ready to go. I was ready to check out. And, well, we'll just leave it at that. When Resident Evil 2 Remake comes out, I might even tell you this story during the unboxing, the live unboxing. Tell you this story about how Resident Evil 2 played a big part in your boy still being here. So, but anyway, you know, I would call her crying sometimes because I was just so, like, depressed or so angry for no reason. Just because, like I said, it was a shock to my body. And my body was, like, using its defense mechanisms against me, basically. And that's what I'm afraid is going to happen here. You know, because I know what I have to do to lose weight, because I did it. I did it. That's when I became a wrestler and everything else. I did lose weight. I was 250. I was muscle. I was putting on muscle. I was a pro wrestler. Like, I did all this stuff. And then I just let it all go. But I did do it. And I know what is involved in doing it. I just have to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I just know how hard it is. That's why it's been times that I just start and I stop, because I don't know if I want to redo it. You know what I mean? I don't know if I want to. It's something I want to relive. I mean, I want to relive the glory of it, but I don't want to relive the trials and tribulations of it. You know, like somebody once said that everybody wants to go to heaven, nobody wants to die. Okay? But everybody wants the outcome, but nobody wants to put in the work. And that's how I am. But now I'm starting to want to put in the work, because I know with the hard work comes the outcome. And the outcome is fucking fantastic. I'm just being honest. It's fantastic. I love it. I loved when I was able to go to the mall and buy shirts from Spencer's, you know, my tap out shirts, you know, or, you know what I'm saying, just go to the mall in general and buy clothes. I was at the point where I was fat my whole life, and then I got not fat, and I was buying clothes from like American Eagle and places like that and actually fitting in them. And I'm like, whoa, this is great, you know, I fucking love my life, this is awesome. And then I just stopped. And then I would eat like I was working out, because when I would work out, I would be eating a lot of calories a day. I'd be intaking 5,000 calories, you know. But I was at the gym for 4 hours a day, you know, lifting weights and putting muscle on and burning those calories. You know, when I slept, my body was burning calories. But then after I stopped going to the gym, I just kept eating like I was. And before I knew it, this is what you get, you know, and it sucks. But it's something that has to be done. I have to do it again. This time around, I'm a little older. So that's another disadvantage. I was young and now I'm a little older. But it can be done. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to kick my fat ass's ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting rid of the fat car gamer. Hopefully, as the year goes by, you see changes, because I don't plan on giving up this time for her. She is the one. She's the one motivation I need. because I promised her, and I felt so bad when I broke that promise. And I know she's here with me, and I know she's closer to me now than she's ever been. I do apologize for keep putting my hand up like that, but it gets my camera back in focus. But yeah, so like I said, weight is tough. It's a tough thing to deal with because it's so easy to put the weight on, but it's so hard to take the weight off, you know? And that's what my mom always told me. She said, you know, you didn't get that big overnight. You know, you're not going to lose it overnight. And that's what I keep trying to look at as I do my meal preps, because I'm prepping my meals. I weigh everything out, and then I prep it. You know, 1 cup rice, 1 4-ounce chicken, but I eat 2 servings of chicken. So that's right there, that meal right there is like 400 calories. And you know what I mean? You get a pretty decent sized piece of chicken, and everything's cooked bland. Hot sauce. Hot sauce. Listen, if anybody decides they want to go on this weight loss thing, hot sauce is your best friend with calories. Sodium, not so much. The calories, it has 0 calories. 0. So you're able to flavor things with hot sauce, and you don't have to worry about it being a count against your calories. Now, the sodium part, you got to be careful with too, you know. But right now, I'm not too much worried as the sodium intake as I am the calorie intake. As I go along, I'm going to have to start cutting back on sodium. But right now, it's cutting back on the calories. That's my main goal. That's my main focus, because that's where I'm going to lose most of my weight, is cutting calories. So I like to douse a little bit of hot sauce with everything. So, but no horror. In all seriousness, though, getting to the end here. Don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do what you want to do. If you're heavy like me and you want to lose weight, just fucking do it. That's what I've learned. You know, nobody's gonna do it for you or with you. You have to learn that you just got to take that step. Hold on a second, fucking camera. You got to take that step yourself, and I learned that. You know, my mom was there with me, but she didn't work out for me. She was there to be my emotional support. If you have a good foundation and good people to support you emotionally and get you on the right path, fine. But if you don't, at the end of the night, I look at it this way. When you look into the mirror, who stares back? Not your wife, not your best friend, not even your parents. You. And that's the only person you need to rely on. So, with all that being said, horror, that was my open discussion about weight loss and weight and where I'm at right now with current weight loss, what happened in my life. You know, I've been through my childhood. Listen, when I was 11 years old, I weighed 250 pounds. 11. They wouldn't let me play football because they were afraid I was going to hurt the other kids. You know how bad it is when you're told that you can't play football because you're too big and you're going to hurt the kids? It's a horrible feeling. Now, I did play in high school, which was awesome, but I feel like I got ripped off, you know, my younger years of pee-wee football because of being fat. And that's why I hate being fat. Because when you're fat, every day routine things are a challenge. Like tying your shoe, you know, going up and down steps. Hell, and the risk of sounding gross, wiping your ass after you use the bathroom could be a challenge. You know, stuff like that. You know, drying yourself off after you get a shower could be a challenge. Getting dressed could be a challenge at some point. But that's nobody's fault but my own. I chose to pick up the fork and turn towards food. I can't blame you. I can't blame my girlfriend. I can't blame nobody but myself. So that's something I have to tackle and go after. But with all that being said, 3 weeks in, I'm going hard, I'm going strong. I have that motivation from her, and I have that eye of the tiger, I guess you could say, that I had 8 years ago. Because when I lost 8 years ago, what made me turn a new lease was when I went to a concert and I took a picture of it with my friends, and I looked at my picture. I was just disgusted with myself, and I was like, it's time for a change. Well, January 1st, actually December 31st, I looked myself in the mirror and I was disgusted with what I saw. And I said, you know what? This is the first time where I mean new year, new you. And so hopefully I keep that eye, which I think I will. This is becoming an obsession with the weighing the food and stuff, and counting the calories. It keeps me honest. I have to drink a boatload of water. That helps too. If you drink a lot of water, you get full, so you don't eat as much. But yeah, so that's my open discussion with you about weight loss, how I stand on certain things, and everything like that. Also, one more week, Resident Evil 2 Remake. I will be having a live unboxing because I should be getting my package of the Resident Evil 2 Collector's Edition. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'll tell you the story of why Resident Evil means so much to me. Resident Evil 2. Why Resident Evil 2 is my favorite game of all time, and why it means so much to me, because there was a backstory I didn't tell you guys about why Resident Evil 2 means a lot to me. So you'll hear that next Friday. And also, today, January 15th, 2019, Onimusha Warlords dropped, which was one of my second favorite video game of all time was Onimusha Warlords. So they remastered it for the Xbox One. It's not like a remaster like they do in Resident Evil 2, but they cleaned it up a little bit, made the brighter and 60 frames per second and all that fun stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to do a playthrough of Onimusha Warlords. I am going to sit down and play it after I get off here with you and maybe give you guys a review on it, and then possibly do a walkthrough. So look for that. But yeah, and I tried my new tripod and I fucking love this thing. I can be hands-free now and sit up and not have to lean on shit. So that's fun. But alright, Hardcore. In all seriousness though, I'm going to let you guys go with this thought. Do yourself a favor and never let anybody tell you or down you or tell you can't do something, because they're full of shit. You can do whatever you want, and I'm going to be proof of that for you with this weight loss thing. I'm not going to call it a fucking weight loss journey because I think that's too cliche. It's my weight loss goal, okay? It's my weight loss war, okay? That's what I'm going to call it. It's a weight loss war, because when I lose the weight, that's the first battle that's won. Second battle is keeping it off. So this is my weight loss war, and I'm going to bring you guys with me. So I thank you guys for sitting down. If you made it this far, thank you. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Fucking, I got to work on this camera too. And if you turned it off earlier, then you ain't hearing what I got to say. So whatever. But thank you guys. Leave some comments in the comment section. Tell me what you think. If you guys are struggling with weight, if you guys are trying to lose weight, if you guys want any pointers, anything like that, let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Because like I said, I've done this before. I know what to do. I followed nutrition really, really like a hawk. Okay, I'm not a licensed nutritionist, but I've studied nutrition, so I know because of losing weight the last time. So if you guys have any questions, I mean, I know it doesn't look like I studied nutrition, but I have. But if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to help you. Just ask away, and if you guys want to do it alongside me and share some stories of your success, please let me know. But with all that being said, Horror Horde, I mean this every time I say it. I love you guys so much, and thank you for everything you've done for me throughout 2018. Thank you for being there when I felt like I had nobody. It means a lot. Alright guys, until next time, this has been your boy Hard Gamer saying, as always, Don't fear the darkness. Embrace it.